perfect time for this showdown. It's the Ball State Cardinals and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Well, guys, Jeremiah Smith could be disappointed after not being a Heisman finalist last season for Ohio State. But all he did is get back to work, keep his head down, and have an unbelievable summer. He's looking better than ever, and we as college football fans are lucky that we get to watch the best player in the country one more season for the Buckeyes. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. The Buckeyes kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense will have the football first. And finding space to throw the football against this secondary will be a challenge.
And this matchup is going to be so much fun to watch because this defense, they're really, really good. And they like to take away what you do best. And a lot of times that means focusing on your number one guy. Palmer, here's a problem. There's two in this offense. So I can't wait to watch how they handle both of these guys that can make big plays and what answers they try to come up with.
I think that's the big question, right? Because it's really hard as a defense to double two guys. And I think if you're on offense here, you want to try and change the picture, change the formation and alignment, use motion, try and confuse this defense, or at least force them to communicate to get the matchups they want to get. I think there's opportunities in this offense today with these two big-time targets outside to make some plays, but they got to be versatile, and they got to try to be as multiple as they can.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays. Maybe play a little bit deeper than normal. Sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. Preseason rankings may not mean that much in the grand scheme of things, but the hype factor, man, off the charts when you start the season as the top dog.
Preseason #1 ranking, part of that because of the success last year, part of that because of the talent they have on the roster. But David, now you've got to go out and prove it. And I know this team has been very hungry and very excited to finally do that today.
Yeah, and you're the #1 team, so you're getting a lot of pats on the back, and I think the coach is going to be like, all right, listen, let's go earn this. This team has done nothing. We haven't earned anything. Today starts that march where we get to earn something.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Using the quick game. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness.
Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown, Buckeye. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Horton. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass. The Cardinals decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his set. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. He now has 61 yards on the ground, and they wanted to have an identity as a running team, and he's giving them that in the season opener. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Buckeyes look to do some damage in the red zone. Here comes the heat. Grabs it. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Running inside, it's Jackson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside, defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. A quick pass to the left. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Horton. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
And the Cardinals will punt this one away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He'll run it again. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. Snags it, and there's running room. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Got out of trouble and throws. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The run inside. It's Jackson. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. First play of the period, first down here. Might as well give it to him again. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He might want another play. Say it. Catch in the middle, it's Jackson. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. Sayin from the gun on third down. He'll pull it down. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the third down.
You have got to have pass rushing lean integrity when you face this quarterback. On third down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the first down.
And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
He sends 3 receivers right, maybe looking for man coverage on the left on 2nd and 5. Throwing, say it. Under fire. And down he goes.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
Fires to the big fella. He was trying to get it to the 25, but the defense stands tall, and they force a 4th and short.
Really nice job in execution there on that 3rd down through the passing game. All of a sudden now you've got a decision to make because you're in field goal range. But do you have the confidence to leave your offense out there to pick this 1st down up and go looking for a touchdown? It's a big decision right here for the head coach.
What happened to the beautiful days of 4th down punts? Weren't those great? Like back in the day when they didn't go for it every single 4th down. Nowadays, with all the analytics, go for it. The offense goes for it. 2nd time, 2 for 2 on 4th down. Really frustrating if you're on the defensive side of the football.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Hey, if you're the defensive coordinator, you might want to start thinking about spying this QB because of his speed and athleticism. He just showed you how he can hurt you getting out on the perimeter and then throwing. If you've got somebody athletic that can go...
Touchdown, Ohio State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Ball State offense ready to start this drive. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one...
It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Makes the catch, and he's free. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they turn it into a defensive score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And he's not going to take the touchback. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Running inside. It's Horton. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
Bringing the heat. Had to throw it before he wanted. And the missed connection on 3rd down. The Cardinals will send out the punt unit. Wants to return it. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Makes it past the marker. Could be an alley.
Offense, defense, special teams, they are showing it all early in this football game. We're still in the first half. We got a 5-touchdown lead. Everything going right except for us, guys, because now we're going to have to figure something to talk about because this one isn't over, but it's close to almost at the half.
And they did tack on the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Nelson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Horton. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. And the Cardinals come to the line in the hurry-up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
They'll run play action. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Cardinals send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Takes it on the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Here on Ohio State's sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Say it. Rushes on him. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over.
Boy, and that might be the break this defense needed right before the half. You're down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now. You have set your offense up right before the half to maybe close this gap.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And this game is going perfect for the defense right now. They haven't been on the field that much. The offense hasn't had that many possessions. Here we are at the end of the first half. They're still pitching a shutout, and they're ready for this quarterback to take it.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Fires to the right. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And that's exactly the response you want now from your defense. Your offense just turns the football over, puts you in a really bad spot. Great job being ready on first down. Playing the pass, now forcing a second down. You want to force the field goal here. Obviously the bad field position, but the defense responds on first down.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with a look at Northern Illinois, taking on the number 18 team, the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Smashes him with the stiff arm. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Nice move to keep running. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29. Whistle blows to stop the clock as they check on an injured Cardinal on the play. They feed him again. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sayin. Going to try to get it himself. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive going to the air. He'll throw it. Got his man. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Here's the pressure. On the move, he fires. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds. And the Cardinals will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Hauls it in, looking for space. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get...
Makes the grab in their space. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a 1st down. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Here's Sayin to throw. Looking for a huge play. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
Well, a big key for this offense was getting the run game established. And this guy now over 120 rushing yards in this one. You got to give credit to the O-line. You obviously have to give credit to the running back as well. But they have answered the bell. They knew what they needed to do if they were going to be able to have success. And they're executing this game plan flawlessly.
Got some work to do after that last play. 2nd and 13. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Sayin. Pressure coming. Dumps it to the back. That's caught. It's Jackson. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football. He's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. There's never a good time for it, but man, do you hate to see it in the first game of the season. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback now breaking the field. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Lined up in the gun on third down. Say it. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. Sayin on the play action. Oh, they're after him. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop it.
And the point after is good. They've gotten off to a great start with a season-opening victory. Let's take a look at what's on the schedule for next week. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Cardinals offense headed out to go to work. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Thacker. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. They'll get the transfer rolling with an early carry. Picks up the first down. Oh, what a move to get open. He's running free down the middle. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Touchdown, Cardinals. He would not be denied.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Welcome to college. First carry for the freshman. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The run inside. It's Cross. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on 2nd down, and you see guys leading into the 2nd level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
Wide open downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. And the Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Let it go. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Trying to impose their will with the run. He's brought down immediately and barely got it back to the line of scrimmage.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Wide receiver going in motion. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab. Got enough space. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Well, they were able to come out here week 1 and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the counter. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience.